exactly is the situation in Puerto Rico? Let's take a closer look. The number one issue is resources. There are shortages of food, water, and fuel. And by the way, the inability to get cash. You can go to ATMs. Many of them are without power. When you go to some of them, there are limits on how much money you can take out. So you line up for cash, then you line up for fuel, then you line up for food, and you line up for water. People are lining up for ice to cool their medication or to cool their food because they're out of power. Only 4% of the island's power has returned. It was a 40-year-old power grid almost destroyed. Those cell phones, they work off of towers. Roughly 90% of cell sites are still out of service, but even when they come on, people don't have the power to charge their phones, complicating communication efforts and the medical response. The Department of Defense today reported that 55 of 69 hospitals are now partially operational, but only one hospital is fully functioning, and the U.S. Navy ship Comfort is en route. It just left today, day 9. There are a whole lot of other examples of disasters where the Navy ship Comfort, which is an amazing hospital ship, left port immediately. It took them 9 days to launch that ship. Supplies are piling up at the port of San Juan, but why aren't people getting what they need? Well, it's a matter of distribution. There aren't enough workers at the docks to unload the crates because either workers have had their homes destroyed or are otherwise occupied, or they can't get fuel to get in their cars and get there. There are many roads that are completely blocked that need to be cleaned before roads can get there and manpower can get in. There are trucks that need to distribute these containers that are on the dock, but the trucks don't get the fuel that they need. White House officials say that 10,000 personnel are on the ground right now, but here's what General Russell Honore, the military commander who had to go in to save the Hurricane Katrina response, said.
Katrina, I had 20,000 federal troops, not federal workers, federal troops. I had 20 ships and over 240 helicopters. And Puerto Rico is bigger than Katrina.
Bigger than Katrina. He had helicopters in a place that is connected to the rest of America with land. He had ships in a place that is connected to America with land, and he had troops. 4 days after Katrina hit, Congress approved a $10.5 billion aid package. 9 days after Maria hit, the White House says it is still weeks away from a formal aid package. Why is that? Ask yourself why Puerto Rico can't get the same response that Katrina got. Now, no doubt, FEMA is working very, very hard. They're working relentlessly. But after Katrina, there were by September 5th, by the way, there were 25 million meals sent to Katrina and 31 million liters of water. 9 days after Puerto Rico, which is not connected to any land, we have only 4.4 million meals versus 25, 6.5 million liters of water versus 31. This is a disaster. There's no other way to think of this. MSNBC's Mariana Atencio is in Bayamon, Puerto Rico, where hundreds have been waiting since 6 a.m. this morning for ice. This is like 100 years ago. You buy ice not because you want to put it in your cocktail, because you need to keep your food fresh, or, Mariana, as some people you've met are telling you, to preserve their medication.
That's exactly right, Al. You've been standing in this line with people since 6:30 in the morning. I just want you to look at how long this line still is. There are possibly 300 people here. The people behind me, they're pissed because they've come to realize that they might not even get their 2 bags of ice today after spending the whole day here with their elderly folks, with their children, trying to get these bags of ice to preserve the little food they have left. We've spoken to people who are still trying to get in touch with their loved ones in remote parts of this island. We are not making that stuff up. Those are real stories, names and last names, and we've been hearing from almost every single person.